Apparently your spouse gets really explosive, and that's not something you saw before you were married. Family didn't argue that way. And you've tried everything that you can think of. Everything from getting angry and arguing back, but that didn't work. That just made him worse. Or trying to be quiet and apologizing, and he still continued to rant on. And you're concerned for your kids. You know, this seems like it's hurting my kids because it just keeps continuing. What do you do? Well, apparently, you don't feel very safe in the relationship. And it's really hard to have a good relationship unless you feel safe, because when we feel unsafe, our natural inclination is to want to close our heart up and protect ourselves. And it's impossible to have a great relationship with hearts closed. It's impossible to have a great relationship in intimate space when you're living behind a wall in a fortress, more worried about protecting yourself than anything else. It's completely normal and reasonable to want to feel safe. I want you to consider taking good care of your heart. This is so important. Your heart is such a precious thing. It's so reasonable that you would want to take care of your heart, to protect yourself in that way, and to protect the hearts of your children, the well-being of your children. Consider asking your husband to actually be concerned about the fact that you feel unsafe with him. You can let him know that you actually want to feel safe with him, but the way that he's behaving, the things that he's doing to you and to your kids, and the environment that he's creating is actually making it impossible. If he's unwilling to acknowledge and care about the fact that you're afraid and that the kids are not feeling safe with him, then you need to do what's necessary to take care of your heart, because it's a precious thing. Your heart deserves to be cared for. Remember, you are the temple of the Holy Spirit, and you have been given the charge to care for this temple. Each one of us is called to care for this temple, the heart being the seat of that. And being a good example for your children means modeling for them what it looks like to take care of yourself. How do you want them to treat themselves? They're going to be looking to you to get an idea of what it looks like. If you're not taking care of yourself in a situation where you feel threatened, how can you expect them to do so if and when they face that kind of situation in their life? They're looking to you. They need to see what it looks like. You can provide that for them. Hopefully, you and your husband can provide a model of what it looks like to have a great relationship. But if not, I know I want to see my children taking great care of themselves, that actually blesses me to see them well cared for. Also, there's a time where many people, especially women, are concerned that actually taking care of themselves, caring for their own heart, is selfish or self-centered. But I want you to think about it this way. Think about, again, how you feel about your kids being well cared for. And if you think of them as an adult, them taking care of themselves. Think about how much love you have for them and how important that is to you. And then for a moment, think about your God, your Lord, thinking about you, His child, His creation, and what it looks like if He sees you, me, any of His children, not taking good care of ourselves. If He sees you not taking good care of yourself, what is He going to want for you? I would suggest to you that actually having taken the time to take good care of yourself blesses Him in the same way that seeing our children taking care of themselves blesses us. I'm convinced that there's no way, as much as I love my children, that I actually love them more than He loves me. So model that for your kids, so that as they grow and become adults, they'll have some kind of an idea of what it actually looks like to be a responsible adult. Remember, if the situation continues, it doesn't require necessarily leaving. However, it may require being emotionally unavailable. Because you are the temple of the Holy Spirit, we're talking about your heart, and that's something that you just can't justify letting be damaged. So you can stay in the situation potentially. If the situation is critically dangerous, well, then you need to pull back some, whatever degree you need to pull back to make sure that you're safe. But short of that, you may be able to find a way to stay there, and again, stay just somewhat protected. so that you can continue in the relationship, giving the possibility that the relationship would change, that he might actually start to care. But either way, you're protected, you're cared for. And the hope would be that there will come a point in time where he actually gets that this matters, that your well-being matters, and that he would care about your heart. And this is what would turn the tide to actually be able to open the door for there to be a great relationship. Because you can be cared for either way, but for the relationship to be great, both of you need to be able to be open. That's going to require you to be feeling safe. Feeling safe will make it easy to be open. And when two people with open hearts are in close proximity to each other, close to each other, intimacy just happens. So the fact that you're concerned about feeling unsafe is totally reasonable. And I would encourage you to put all your attention into creating an environment that feels safe for you, that feels safe for your children. And actually, when you get good at that, it can even feel safe for your husband. And that just may open the door for him to meet you in a way that would allow you to enjoy your life with him.